Abyss is home to those who shun the light of day. It is the secret shadow of Garrick Mach.
They think they need a place like this for Garrick Mach to thrive.
Fine. We're the Ashen Wolves. We're the secret fourth house in Abyss. The surface world turned its back on us, and we did the same in return.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses
I
DLC.
don't believe it. Little Hilda herself. Why didn't you speak up sooner?
I mean, you're a little intimidating, man, just in case you didn't know.
Balti, this isn't the time to catch up. What would Holst think? I bet you didn't consider that, did you?
I mean, you can't base your decisions in life on what other people are going to think about them.
Yeesh. I don't know, but it wouldn't be nice.
Hilda's just like, done.
Look, sorry, okay? Just don't tell Holst. If he knew I raised a hand against you, he'd have my head.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think you did. I don't think you got an attack off.
Like he'd stop at your head. Fine, though. Just this once, and just for you, I'll keep quiet.
Now that that's sorted, what did you mean about it being lucky that you found me?
Oh, that. One of the guys I owe gold to is Count Gloucester.
God dang it, is this whole thing about the fact that Balthus is bad with, like, spending habits?
He said something about forgiving my debt if I could dig up some dirt on you. Figured this was my shot.
I mean, that does make sense that Gloucester would, want to undermine Claude.
Ah, so it was purely selfish. But then was a fight really necessary?
I mean, it was fun.
It really was. Best way to acquaint yourself with someone is to get into a tussle with them. That's common sense right there.
You have a weird idea of common sense, but okay. Yeah, I actually think that Balthus, with his... I just realized I'm almost Balthazar. I'm almost one of the sages. That's kind of interesting. Balthus, with his mercenary background and having grown up with Geralt, would probably be all rough and tumbly.
Huh. I had no idea there were others like B out there.
Say what you will, but I learned all I need to know. It's clear this lot has nothing to do with the church's intentions. But that means those other creeps could always attack us at any moment.
Why would the church want to attack you? Yeah, what?
Someone's targeting Abyss. Mercenaries keep sniffing around and causing trouble here. They won't let up.
Well, that's rude as heck.
It's a real problem, and we have no clue who's pulling the strings. There are many within the church who would love to see this filthy underground city purged. When you first showed up, we thought you were here to do just that. Apologies for the confusion.
So that's why you came at us with that nasty Kill the Outsiders act.
As Yuribird said, we're sorry. We're all pretty on edge these days.
I love the fact that it's Yuribird.
Indeed. That someone would descend to Abyss out of pure curiosity was far too outlandish to consider.
I mean, we are tracing a thief. By the way, he's over there.
No idea. These tunnels have been around for ages. They could be older than the monastery for all we know.
None remain who know the complete truth. However, I shall tell you all that we know for certain.
I love that she says that like she's doing us a big favor. I shall tell you.
Abyss is home to those who shun the light of day. It is the secret shadow of Garrick Mach, if you will.
I just noticed that Constance has like blue hair under her gold hair. Does that mean that she's actually wearing a wig? Because you can kind of see it in the little twirl that there's like a blue almost on the back, and then behind her ear you can see more blue hair.
The church quietly tolerates
Maybe
us.
she's a Darkson.
They think they need a place like this for Garrick Mach to thrive.
The deal is simple. Abyssians never get involved with the surface, and the surface never gets involved with us.
Is that really a deal?
Alas, for some foul reason, surface dwellers have been after us of late. Further oppressing those souls who can only find solace beneath the ground? I cannot abide it. Though it pains me to admit, we too harbor valid reasons for not venturing into the light.
Yeah, you all, I shouldn't say all, several of you seem to be like descended from noble houses. I'm not sure how they lost track of you to let you come down here.
That is why, by the grace of our esteemed patron, we have been granted sanctuary here in Abyss.
Is that Yuri or is that someone else?
I see. Balti, does that mean you've got a reason for being here too?
I mean, yes, if they all have a reason, that means Balti also has a reason.
Great so, Hilda. I'm here because there are more bounties on my head than there is hair. Needed to lay low. Real low.
But, Balti, that's awful.
Why are you spinning around?
Enough with the niceties. Let's get these surface dwellers out.
No one's going to ask about the patron? I need to ask about the patron.
Nonsense. Intolerable nonsense. Why ever would we let slip this chance to acquire their aid?
I'm not going to say that, because I'm a freaking goody two-shoes to the end.
Like we said, recently this place is being targeted by mercenaries. Myself excluded, a lot of the folks who live here can't defend themselves. They're here to avoid conflict.
Okay, that does make sense.
The elderly, the infirm, orphans, lost souls, merchants who were chewed up and spit out by the nobility. It works.
It rests upon us to protect those who cannot protect themselves, and to safeguard our home. To that noble end, I must insist that you lend us your strength.
God dang it, you could ask it in a way that doesn't piss me off.
I feel for your cause, truly. However, I cannot help but wonder why you would trust us so readily. We are from the surface, after all.
Trust is a choice. We're choosing to trust you. For now. It's clear you're not here by command of the church.
That is true, yes.
And you're not just a bunch of noble twerps either. You can hold your own. It's in the way you fight, how you carry yourselves.
Also, one of you seems to be able to control time.
Still, I'm reluctant to get you involved with this madness. It's our problem, not yours.
It's too late now. We already told them everything. Let's at least give them a chance to decide for themselves.
I do have to say, it's interesting if I can get into... I wonder if those that dwell in the shadows are involved. Like, because it's somewhat up in the church, and obviously there are people in the church that are already our enemy. Is it going to be a nice little package like that? Or are we going to get to go against some of the so-called good guys that are actually on the wrong side of it in this storyline? Which would be interesting.
Most true. Wander about Abyss for a time, and I am certain you will come to the only correct conclusion.
The only correct... God damn it.
Right, what she said. Take a look, think some thoughts. Consider yourselves our special guests.
Oh my, I just noticed Balthus has a freaking 8-pack. I didn't even know that was possible.
Cindered shadows. What lies beneath?
Alright, so yeah, it seems like you can't recruit anyone else. You're stuck with just the people you have. And I have to admit, that first mission was a doozy. Like, it required some doing. They had some... For being the introductory mission, because you could theoretically do this before you did any of the main game, and that was quite a... Although, at the same time, anyone that does the DLC for a game without at least playing a little bit of the main game... It's about... Okay, not going there.
Professor?
Hey, Lindhart.
Oh, hello, Professor. Have you seen this library of theirs?
I've literally been exploring for 3 seconds.
It's completely different from the one in the monastery, and their collection is amazing. There are forgeries and banned books, legends, spells, and heresies. Doubt I'll catch a single wink tonight.
Who the fuck are you? That's not Lionheart, guys. Although I actually like that characterization of him, where he's just like, you know, when I care about something, he basically gets bored if he's not interested, but as soon as he's interested...
Hey you, listen up. I've got something to report. It's about you outsiders. Actually, guess I shouldn't bother reporting you to yourself. The Ashen Wolves may seem tough, but they're harmless. Honestly, things can get pretty boring down here. But here's a little piece of wisdom from me to you. Boredom's a luxury. Trust me, I know these things.
Have you seen some suspicious people around? Oh, it's you. Have you seen yourselves around?
You're quite a strapping fellow.
Hey, thanks.
But even your looks don't compete with the likes of Yuri.
Okay.
Don't let that pretty face of his fool you, though. He's a rogue, through and through. Even so, the people of Abyss trust him. He may be a scoundrel, but he's our scoundrel.
Okay. That wasn't creepy at all. Her voice was also really weird in that. It's an odd choice of a voice actress for that, but whatever.
Want a drink? Of course you don't. It's all terrible down here. Nobody important enough to carry the good stuff wants to come underground to sell it to us. It's a shame. Just once, I'd like to taste something worthy of a noble.
Wow, I can't even have a drink if I wanted one. It's interesting they would put a room here. This room must be used for something else later, because it would be odd that they would put this in here and then we can't do anything with it. Kitties!
I told Yuri I wanted to be just like him when I grew up. And he said I shouldn't ever say stuff like that. So I told Balthus I didn't want to be like him when I grew up. And he said I'd grow up boring. What do they want me to say?
Tell Balthus you want to grow up and be like Yuri.
What do you require?
Interesting little runaround.
Farewell.
Sorry, replenish. I definitely need to do that every chance I get. I'm going to wait and go over to the merchants in a second once I talk to everyone.
What do you think, Professor? This is a most unique town, is it not?
I mean, that's a word for it, yes.
Incredible, really. That those who face depression on the surface are able to find sanctuary here. Oh, not to say that there's no helping the situation in Fodlan. To do just that is our duty and our honor. Even so, I find the idea rather lovely.
Sorry, I got an email. I was like, is that important? I had to look, and it is not important. What? It's an elderly man.
Find someone else to bother. Whatever the heck you're selling, I'm not buying.
Okay.
Not a trader, huh? Sorry, my mistake.
Do I look like a trader?
Most folks chatting down here are just pawning off stolen goods.
Who knew an entire town was hiding beneath the monastery?
Apparently a lot of people, because it's been an ongoing rumor for years.
A secret fourth house to boot? Secrets upon secrets, so I'm just itching to know them all. I'm sure Rhea knows all about this place. Gods, how many secrets does that lady have?
How are you making this about Rhea? How do I pull up the big map? Okay, it does look like that side runs out before this one, so if I want to explore everything, I'll explore over here first. So I do want to explore everything. Oh, show. Keep. Oh, to battle. I thought that was do something with the kitty prompt. I was like, what button do I push? I was like, that's not a kitty prompt.
From the surface, aren't you? I bet you're real bad.
Wow, kid. Why do you talk like you've been smoking your whole life?
My mom says surface people are the worst.
Okay. Abyss is where I offer my prayers to my gods. It is the only place.
You have your own personal set of gods?
The goddess of Fodlan is not one of my gods, but the statue here is not one of my gods either. I offer my prayers here all the same, because Abyss is where it is allowed.
What?
Ah.
All right. There's someone back there. I haven't actually found any of them yet. Okay, here they all are, or at least here a lot of them are.
Pardon, but might you possibly be the Imperial Princess herself?
No, I'm a guy.
I am. And you are Constance of House Nouvelle. I recall hearing of your disappearance. I never would have imagined you'd end up in a place like this.
Your presence is equally curious. What business could you have here? Don't tell me it was idle curiosity.
Okay, she won't.
As I believe you are well aware, we were chasing after a suspicious individual.
Edelgard is not one of my favorite characters, but I do love just how blunt and like you should have known this she is. Same conversation, right?
But
Yep.
I recall
your
as I believe.
Okay, can't talk to this bloke.
You're not a holy knight, and you don't seem all that special. But you're certainly mysterious, wielding that hero's relic.
Hi.
Yeah, I've heard all about you. But I never figured I'd see you down here, chasing after someone and getting lost in the process.
I didn't get lost. I chased them right to where they went. What are you talking about?
That's right. And so we're clear. The Ashen Wolf House isn't affiliated with the Officers Academy.
I love that. It's like, what is this place? It's the Abyss. You already know that, dude.
Since we're not part of the Academy, it's really just in place for us. Can't go to the surface either. We've all got our reasons. We're a unique bunch from all walks of life. Once you get to know us, I'm sure you'll love it here.
I'm sure I will.
Hey, new person. Want my advice? Don't wander too far off the beaten path.
Happy is the most interesting one of them so far.
Abyssians like their privacy. If you go snooping around, there's bound to be trouble. Wait, did I introduce myself? My name's Happy.
You don't seem very happy. Also, what do you mean, hey, new person? Don't act like you know me. You can talk to me like a person talks to a person. I've never successfully gotten those things get forged. Like,
it looks like this is where the people of Abyss leave their unwanted belongings.
like, it's always like I've got them, but I've never found how to do that, and usually I think it would take more than just paying for it is worth.
I didn't expect to find much, but there's actually plenty of gear we could salvage. I'm told we can take anything we can use, so it might be good to check on it now and again.
Okay, thank you, Tutorial Ash. Interesting, a seance chamber. Not what I expected to find here. Interesting, they are not technically part of my... I do prefer her in her monastery outfit. I won't change anyone else. Actually, I will change Lenhart. Because, I'm sorry, his class thing just looks stupid as hell. No one else really bothered me. Anything over here? Nope. Okay. We may be just about done. I know I still have to go over to the merchants. There's nothing over here. Alright, here's Balthy.
Hiya, Professor. Allow me to introduce you to my brother's best friend. You can call him Balti.
Is he okay with that? You shouldn't just give people permission to use pet names.
Actually, it's Balthus. You've probably heard of me. In the Alliance, I'm known as, how should I put it?
I'm kind of a big deal.
Right answer. This guy's notorious for picking fights and shirking debts. He's got a whole army of bounty hunters chasing after him.
I may not look it, but I was once a noble from a minor house. Life's full of twists and turns.
Certainly is.
I know you, Balti. I'm pretty sure you got yourself into this mess.
Okay.
Hey there.
Almost done.
What's all the commotion about? Hey, hang on. I've never seen you before. You a first-timer? Word of advice. Watch your back.
Word of advice, don't try and sneak attack me, because I'll just reverse time and know you're there.
The only folks who hang around down here are the ones too shady to walk in the goddess's light.
No.
Hey there. Come back anytime.
Welcome. Please come again.
Welcome.
There we go. So yeah, first of all, let's sell off.
Will this one do? Many thanks. Will this one do? Many thanks. Will this one do? Many thanks.
Okay, and now I would like to buy a backup weapon for everyone, so...
Will this one do? Many thanks. Will this one do? Many thanks.
I need to sell off.
Will this one do? Many thanks. Will this one do? Many thanks.
Okay, that may be all I can afford for the time being. We'll have to start going down to... Steel.
Will this one do?
Wow, I can only afford one of those. Jesus.
Many thanks.
Thankfully, I don't think there's any
Come
real
back soon.
risk of running out of room. But yeah. Okay, now we'll go ahead and go into battle. These are going to be long episodes, because it takes me... I end up getting to the battle prompt a little bit before I can actually end the episode. Ambushing the arena.
We're all done here, boss. Oh, but more importantly, about your...
We'll discuss that another time. For now, tend to your mission. Don't worry, no one will die. We'll get everyone out safely.
I mean, that seems a very bold promise. Yeah, even he's like, can you say that?
Once the trap is set, shift your focus to protecting the Abyssians. Just in case things go south. Oh, it's you.
Hello.
I was just heading off to ambush our attackers. You'll help with that, won't you?
Oh, does that mean your enemies are drawing near?
Very good. The scouts I sent to the surface spotted some mercenaries. We closed off the entrance they used last, but it seems they've already found another.
I do have to wonder, and obviously this is something that the game will reveal over time, but why they're attacking.
This is bad. We've got to evacuate everyone from Abyss as quickly as possible.
That won't be necessary. They'll be back soon.
Huh? Who?
Why do I have to go? No matter what we do, we're all just gonna die in the end anyway.
Shut up, Hoppy. You're one of the ones I like.
Sure, but if we do nothing, we'll die a lot sooner. I assume the corridor is successfully camouflaged?
But of course, our decoy shall prevent those scoundrels from chancing upon our living quarters. Do note that I am the bait upon your hook. If we fail, I shall be left dangling in the wind.
I'm suddenly having an entirely different idea of how we can approach this.
But it must be done, I fear. And so, I will most happily accept the starring role in this.
They're at the entrance. They'll be coming in from the east.
The east. Good. We're well placed. Go ahead and draw them deeper into Abyss, just like we planned. I'd like to know that myself. But first things first. We've got to make it through this encounter. Launching small counterattacks on the surface won't accomplish anything. It could also earn us the scorn of the church, if it gets messy. Which it will. That's why we have to lure the enemy underground before we take them out. I know the perfect spot.
Interesting. That actually makes a lot of sense, because if they openly attacked their enemies on the surface, their enemies would be like, I don't know what's going on. These guys are...
Admit it, pals. You're knee-deep in this, just like us. There's no turning back now, right?
Of course not. If there's any way we can help your cause, we won't turn our backs on you.
That's right. We will not stand idly by while danger befalls the innocent people of Abyss.
I love how Dimitri's already just convinced they're innocent, with no real reason.
If we can capture the enemy, we can perhaps learn the reason behind their relentless attacks.
Excited, are you? Fine. We could use more bodies to throw at our enemies. Thanks for volunteering.
So long as they're fighting with us and not against us, I don't care how excited they are. Let's get to it! Underground Arena, huh? You sure know some great spots, Yuri.
I heard about this place from someone back in town. It hasn't been in use for a long time.
Well, it's only gonna get its fill.
I figured it could prove useful. So I spent some time clearing out the debris that was blocking the entrance.
It seems to be a revitalized ruin. Perhaps it was originally a reception hall or something similar.
Perhaps. Honestly, all of Abyss feels like a ruin.
Oh, this place is magnificent. It is just spacious enough to contain my glory. I shall not hold back here.
Large, isolated. I wonder if it would be okay for me to sigh here.
Wait, what? Yeah, what?
If Happy sighs, monsters come running. No, I'm not kidding.
Oh, is that how she did the whole, calling upon that monster we killed?
I'm not sure what you could possibly mean.
I am,
by
she
that.
did it.
I wish, Happy, but no. Absolutely no sighing. And Constance, be glorious in moderation.
Okay, I like that line. Be glorious in moderation.
Understood? This place is so big that if it collapses, all of Abyss will fall with it. The whole reason we're luring our enemies here is to avoid damaging Abyss. Don't lose sight of that.
I thought it was because we couldn't attack them in the surface. Make up your mind.
I am well aware of our aim.
Sure, but that doesn't mean we can trust you to show restraint.
Yeah, I'm concerned. I have a concern.
Well, I cannot fathom why I am being treated in such a way. It is the duty of the nobility to preserve the people's safety. Do you truly believe that I would destroy Abyss in my efforts to save it? Preposterous.
I just don't have a lot of faith in you. What can I say?
That would cause trouble for Elfie too.
Who's Elfie? Is that your mysterious patron you won't talk about?
If the underground collapses, he's the one who will have to answer for it.
I'm trying to think if Elfie could be anyone I know. Elfame? That's not in this game.
You must know Elfric, yeah? He's a bigwig in the church, but a friend of Abyss.
Elfric?
He's the one who opened up this place to folks with nowhere else to turn. Folks like us. He gave us a home, a new life.
It is Ulfric himself who put forth the idea of establishing the Ashen Wolf House.
I don't know of an Elfric in the church. I do know of one in Skyrim.
Sadly, he faces opposition within the church, and so he cannot openly deploy the knights to aid us.
That means Elfric relies upon us to protect the people who live here. Us, and now you. I hope you're ready, Professor. We're counting on you.
Yeah, Professor?
You are a professor at the Officers' Academy, are you not?
I am, of an unspecified house.
You may not be our instructor, but I cannot think of a more fitting title to call you.
Seems like you're with us now. We'll owe you one.
Alright, I'll collect later.
Time to knock some sense into their thick skulls. They picked the wrong strangers to mess with.
Okay. Well, actually, I do think that... I was saying that we were getting to the fight with not enough time to, like, too early in the episode to quit, so we kept having long episodes. I actually do think we're now only, like, a minute and a half away from what would normally be the end of the episode, so I think I will stop here after I take a look at the map. And then next episode, we'll go ahead and do the battle. That way we can kind of keep things moving, because I'll tell you, man, when every episode's like an hour long, it takes me forever to get through them. Oh, interesting. I've played on a map like this. It's not quite the same. So yeah, we've got the avoidance floors and the cover floor. Now that's interesting. So they're in the middle, luring the enemy out. And then we're over here. Do I control all of them, I wonder? Or is this game actually like you control the 3 houses and you never actually control the others, but I know the others become recruitable later. This is going to be an interesting battle. I like it. Okay, no, 11 of 11, I do also control them. I wonder if I can actually, like, get this up at all. because I never seem to be in a position to actually do anything with it. Okay, but with that, let me go ahead and save, and I will see you all next time for when we find out what lies beneath. Thank you.